There comes a time in every person's journey when the road becomes steep, the burdens grow heavier, and the reward seems further out of reach than ever before. It is in these very moments, when discouragement whispers and doubt begins to shout, that the soul is being shaped for something far greater than the eye can yet see. The world may look dark, the answers may seem distant, and the progress may feel invisible. But it is precisely at this critical junction that destiny prepares to unfold. You see, nature does not rush her finest creations. The tallest trees grow slowly, the deepest roots dig silently, and the brightest stars emerge only after the night falls darkest. So it is with the blessings of life. Before something extraordinary enters your experience, life demands that you rise to meet it, not with fear, not with hesitation, but with faith forged through effort, persistence, and unwavering belief. When God is about to give you something big, He first stretches your capacity to receive it. He will test the strength of your desire, the clarity of your vision, and the discipline of your character. For nothing grand is handed to the unprepared, and no true success ever arrives without a price. And so, if you find yourself in a season of struggle, know this: it is not the end. It is the forging, and what awaits on the other side is not ordinary, it is the extraordinary calling you higher. There is a sacred moment in every life, a quiet pause between the storm and the sunshine, a stillness that comes not to destroy your faith but to develop it. This moment is not a mistake. It is not a delay born of indifference. It is the calm before the breakthrough. In this silence, many grow restless. They misinterpret the quiet as rejection. They think their prayers have gone unanswered, their efforts unseen, their dreams forgotten. But in truth, the silence is divine. It is the space in which the unseen forces of purpose and preparation are at work. It is a test, one that separates the wishers from the doers, the curious from the committed, and the impatient from the faithful. There is a law that governs all achievement, one that does not bend to emotion or circumstance. Before any visible success arrives, there must be internal transformation. The calm is not a void, it is a process of alignment. It is a refining fire that removes distraction, strengthens intention, and focuses the mind. During this time, you may feel as though nothing is happening, but in truth, everything is happening. The soil is being turned, the foundation is being laid, the doors are being built that will one day open in your favor. This calm is not meant to discourage you, it is meant to deepen your belief. When you pursue a worthy goal with discipline and unwavering faith, you begin to operate in harmony with the principles that govern all success. Yet those principles often move in silence. They do not shout, they do not rush. They require patience, clarity, and consistent action, even when applause is absent and progress is invisible. The reason the silence feels uncomfortable is because it demands your highest self. It pulls you away from the crowd. It asks you to walk alone. It challenges your emotions and reveals the parts of you that still doubt. But this is exactly where strength is forged, not in the noise of celebration, but in the quiet decision to keep going when no one is watching. Too many abandon their path in the calm. They confuse the lack of movement with the absence of purpose. But those who understand the nature of this quiet time do not retreat. They prepare, they study, they work, they meditate, they sharpen their tools, they build their character, because they know that when the breakthrough comes, and it always does, it will not wait for them to get ready. It will arrive with urgency, demanding that they be already prepared. Think of the farmer who plants his seeds. He does not expect fruit the next morning. He knows there is a process beneath the surface. He cannot see the roots forming, but he trusts they are there. He waters the soil daily. He protects it from pests. He waits, not passively, but actively. This is the same mindset you must adopt during your calm. You must hold the vision even when the evidence disappears. You must speak life into your future even when the present looks barren. Because the calm is not the end. It is the threshold. And on the other side lies the very thing you have been working toward. But only those who can endure the quiet will walk through the door when it opens. You must become comfortable with stillness. You must learn to listen when there is no sound. You must grow accustomed to working without immediate reward, because what you are building is not small. It is not temporary. It is meant to last. And anything built to endure must first be rooted in stillness and strength. In the calm, discipline becomes your closest ally. Every day you choose to move forward. Despite the lack of recognition, despite the absence of results, you increase your power. You prove to the world and to yourself that your commitment is real. This kind of inner power is magnetic. It draws to you the people, resources, and circumstances needed to fulfill your purpose. Your greatest growth will never occur during the celebration. It will happen in the solitude, in the mornings when you rise before the sun, in the nights when you plan while others sleep, in the sacrifices you make when the reward is not guaranteed. This is the calm, and it is sacred. There will be voices, internal and external, that try to convince you to give up. They will tell you that if it hasn't happened yet, it never will. But those voices are echoes of limitation. You must rise above them. You must anchor yourself in your purpose so deeply that no storm, no silence, no season can shake you loose. Because if you can endure this calm, if you can recognize it not as punishment but as preparation, then the breakthrough that follows will be unstoppable. It will be the reward for your patience, the harvest of your consistency, the manifestation of your faith. And when that breakthrough comes, it will arrive with such clarity and power that you will look back on the calm not with bitterness, but with gratitude. You will see that the silence was necessary, that it taught you to trust, to grow, to believe, that it gave you the strength you would need to carry the blessing that was always on its way. So the next time you find yourself in the calm, when the world goes quiet and the progress slows, do not panic, do not retreat, smile, stand firm, and say to yourself, this is not the end. This is the sign that something big is coming, and I will be ready. In every great pursuit, there comes a moment that challenges the spirit more than any obstacle ever could. It is not the failure. It is not the rejection. It is not even the hard work. It is the waiting, the space between desire and fulfillment, between action and result, between asking and receiving. And in that space, many dreams dissolve, not because they were impossible, but because the dreamer gave up too soon. But here lies a truth as powerful as any law of success. Delay is not denial. When something you've worked for, prayed for, believed in does not arrive when you expected, it is not a sign that it won't come. It is a sign that something better is being prepared, or that you are being prepared to receive it in fullness. Life, when guided by divine intelligence, does not move by the clock. It moves by readiness, by growth, by timing that is higher than logic and wiser than our immediate desires. You see, most people are trained by the world to expect speed. We live in a culture of instant gratification. Everything must be fast, fast food, fast success, fast answers. But the greatest rewards in life do not respond to urgency. They respond to endurance. The higher the calling, the deeper the foundation must be. And deep foundations take time. You would not trust a skyscraper built in a day, nor should you trust a destiny that is rushed. Delays exist because blessings are not just about arrival. They are about alignment. Something may be good, but not yet good for you. The opportunity may exist, but you may still be carrying habits, doubts, or fears that would sabotage it. And so, the blessing waits. It holds its place in time until you are ready to carry it with strength and wisdom, not just with excitement. There is purpose in every pause. When life seems to slow, it is not because you've been forgotten, it's because you are being refined. The delay is the space in which patience is built, faith is deepened, and character is shaped. It is in that quiet, almost invisible stretch of time that you learn how to trust something bigger than yourself. You stop relying on signs and start depending on conviction. You stop begging for proof and start walking with belief. Trusting God's timing is not passive. It is one of the most active disciplines a person can develop. It takes strength to keep showing up when nothing is showing up for you. It takes courage to keep working, praying, preparing when the harvest feels far away. But this is where destiny is sealed. Not in the big moments, but in the consistent small ones. You must learn to measure your progress by the roots, not the fruit. Roots grow underground, in darkness, in silence. You cannot see them, but they are the very thing holding the tree in place when the storms arrive. The delay in your life may not be visible progress, but it may be the development of the inner structure that will hold your blessing when it arrives. Think of all the people who reached their breakthrough not on their timeline, but on the divine timeline. Think of the authors whose books were rejected hundreds of times before becoming bestsellers. Think of the entrepreneurs who failed repeatedly before creating something that changed the world. Think of the individuals who prayed for years before the right door opened, and when it did, it was better than anything they had planned. The delay taught them what the victory never could. It taught them who they were, what they stood for, how to keep going when no applause came. It stripped them of dependence on the visible and anchored them in the invisible. And when the blessing finally came, it found them not only ready, but worthy. You must understand this. What is meant for you will not pass you by, but it also will not arrive before you are ready. And the readiness required is not always obvious. It may be spiritual. It may be mental. It may be emotional. Sometimes you must be broken of pride. Sometimes you must heal from old wounds. Sometimes you must learn a lesson in silence that you refuse to learn in noise. And the only way to discover these things is through the discipline of delay. Waiting well is a skill, and like any skill, it must be practiced. Every day you wait with faith is another layer of strength added to your foundation. Every day you trust the process is a seed sown in the field of your future. And the beautiful part? When the time is right, the harvest will be so abundant, so undeniable, that you will understand why it took so long. You may not see it now, but the delay is protecting you. It is shaping you. It is guarding the blessing from premature exposure. Because not every open door is a good one. Not every opportunity is a divine one. And not every fast result is a lasting one. Sometimes the worst thing that can happen is getting what you want before you're ready. So if you find yourself in the waiting room of life, don't curse the silence. Use it, read, reflect, prepare, build, sharpen, pray. Surround yourself with people who remind you of what you're called to, not what you've missed. Speak life over your future even when nothing seems to be moving. Because the moment you think God is doing nothing, He's often doing the most. Delays are part of the design. They are not detours, they are divine appointments that shape the very soul of success. They sift the pretenders from the pursuers. They filter out the impatient so that only the faithful remain. If your blessing is delayed, be grateful. It means it's not average. It means it's being handcrafted for your growth, your timing, and your impact. It means you are being trusted with something significant. Hold fast to your belief. Keep moving forward. And above all, never interpret a delay as a denial. Because when your time comes, and it will not be something you stumbled into. It will be something you were destined for. And you'll walk into it with the quiet confidence of someone who didn't give up in the waiting. There is a powerful law in life that governs all success, all fulfillment, and all progress. This law is the law of release. It may seem counterintuitive to some, but the truth is simple. In order to receive more, you must first let go. You must let go of the old to make room for the new. Let go of the limiting beliefs that keep you trapped in a cycle of mediocrity, and let go of the fear that holds you back from claiming what is rightfully yours. If you want to experience true abundance, you must first prepare your heart to receive it by letting go of what no longer serves you. In the pursuit of any worthwhile goal, many are constantly striving, pushing, and working harder and harder. They believe that success is only the result of relentless effort, that the more they give, the more they will receive. And while hard work and dedication are vital components of success, there is another principle at play that often goes overlooked. This principle is surrender, the art of letting go. It is the understanding that you do not need to force every outcome, that you do not need to control every situation, and that true abundance cannot be attained through effort alone. It requires the ability to release. Letting go is not about giving up. It is about creating space for the better things that are meant for you. Often we hold on to things, be it old habits, relationships, beliefs, or attachments, because we fear what might happen if we let go. We hold tightly to what we know, even if it no longer serves us, because the unknown feels unsafe. But the reality is that the longer you cling to the old, the harder it becomes to embrace the new. It's like trying to fill a cup that's already full. You must first empty it before you can fill it with something new, something better. One of the most significant things to release in your life is the fear of scarcity. Many people live their lives in constant fear of not having enough money, enough time, enough love, enough success. This fear of scarcity breeds a mindset of lack, a belief that there is not enough for everyone. But the truth is that the universe operates on the principle of abundance. There is enough for everyone, and there is more than enough for you. The moment you release the belief that there is not enough, you open yourself up to the flow of limitless possibilities. You begin to attract the very things you once thought were beyond your reach. When you trust in abundance, you stop hoarding, stop chasing, and start receiving. Letting go also means releasing the limiting beliefs that hold you back. How many times have you thought to yourself, "I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, or I'll never be able to achieve my dreams"? These beliefs are like chains that keep you locked in place, unable to move forward. But once you release these false beliefs and replace them with empowering thoughts, you create the space for success to enter. You begin to see yourself as worthy of abundance. You begin to believe that the world is not working against you, but rather with you. The power to receive more lies in your ability to see yourself as deserving of more. Another important area to release is the need for control. It's human nature to want to control outcomes. We want to know how things will unfold, when they will happen, and in what form. But the truth is, no matter how much you try to control every situation, life will always surprise you. And it's in these surprises, in the unknown, that your greatest opportunities often lie. When you let go of the need to control every outcome, you surrender to the flow of life, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This release brings peace, and it allows you to attract greater blessings than you could have ever orchestrated on your own. Letting go requires trust. It requires the trust that what is meant for you will come, but only when you are truly ready to receive it. And the readiness does not just come from your actions, it comes from your heart. Your heart must be open, willing to embrace what is coming, and prepared to handle it with grace and gratitude. Often we are so focused on what we want to achieve that we forget to prepare ourselves emotionally, mentally, and spiritually for the blessings we desire. Preparing your heart for abundance means developing the capacity to not only receive, but also to appreciate and manage what is given to you. Releasing also means letting go of past hurts, failures, and disappointments. These past experiences can be heavy weights that prevent you from moving forward. They can keep you stuck in a place of regret and self-doubt, hindering your ability to see the possibilities that lie ahead. But in order to receive the fullness of what life has to offer, you must release these burdens. You must forgive, not just others, but also yourself. You must let go of the pain and the lessons that no longer serve your highest good. When you do, you make space for peace, for growth, and for new opportunities to emerge. Letting go is not always easy. It requires courage, faith, and a willingness to trust in the process. But when you release what no longer serves you, you open yourself to the fullness of life's blessings. You create the space for new possibilities, new relationships, and new achievements to enter. You allow the universe to work on your behalf, guiding you toward the greater good that you may not even be able to see yet. As you prepare your heart to receive, remember that abundance is not just about material wealth. True abundance encompasses all areas of life: love, health, joy, peace, and fulfillment. By letting go, you are not only making space for these blessings, but you are also preparing yourself to enjoy them fully. You are aligning yourself with the flow of life, trusting that what is meant for you will come at the perfect time and in the perfect form. So if you find yourself feeling stuck, uncertain, or unsure of how to move forward, ask yourself what you need to release. What beliefs, fears, or attachments are standing in the way of your growth? What do you need to let go of in order to make room for the abundance that is waiting for you? Trust that by releasing, you are not losing anything, you are gaining everything. And when you do, you will be amazed at how much more life has to offer. Every individual who has ever achieved greatness or reached their full potential has encountered pressure. It is an inevitable part of the journey. Yet far from being a sign of failure, pressure is often the precursor to success. It is through pressure that we are shaped, refined, and prepared to handle the tremendous gifts life has to offer. For those who understand its true purpose, pressure becomes a transformative force, one that turns trials into triumphs and obstacles into opportunities. Pressure is not merely a byproduct of life, it is one of its greatest teachers. The challenges we face, the difficulties we endure, and the burdens we carry have the power to refine us. Like a diamond being formed under intense heat and pressure, our true strength, wisdom, and potential are revealed only when we are tested. The pressure forces us to dig deeper into our own resilience, to find a strength we may not have known existed. And it is in these moments, when we feel as though we cannot go any further, that we often find the greatest breakthroughs. The first step in understanding how pressure leads to purpose is recognizing that trials are not setbacks. They are setups for something greater. Each challenge presents an opportunity for growth, a chance to strengthen our character, sharpen our skills, and build the mental toughness required to achieve our goals. It is easy to look at obstacles as barriers to success, but in reality, they are the stepping stones that lead us to our higher purpose. It is through overcoming adversity that we learn to appreciate the value of persistence, discipline, and determination. And these qualities, once developed, become the foundation upon which our success is built. In the face of pressure, many people become discouraged. They see the struggle as a sign that they are on the wrong path, that they are not cut out for the challenges ahead. But this is where true character is formed, not in the absence of difficulty, but in how we respond to it. Pressure forces us to make a choice. We can either succumb to the weight of the challenge, or we can rise to meet it with courage and resolve. Those who choose to persevere, even when the road is tough, develop a sense of purpose that transcends the difficulty. They understand that success is not about avoiding hardship, but about embracing it and using it as a catalyst for growth. The key to transforming pressure into purpose is perspective. If we see trials as burdens to bear, we are likely to become overwhelmed. But if we see them as opportunities to learn, to evolve, and to push beyond our current limits, we unlock the power that lies within every challenge. Each trial is a lesson, each obstacle a chance to improve. When we shift our mindset from one of resistance to one of acceptance, we begin to see the value in our struggles. We no longer view pressure as an enemy to fight against, but as a partner in our growth. We recognize that the pressure we face today is preparing us for the tremendous gifts that await us on the other side of perseverance. Moreover, pressure teaches us the art of patience and faith. In a world that demands immediate results, it can be difficult to accept the idea that good things take time. But the greatest gifts in life, those that are truly worthwhile, are not given quickly or easily. They are earned through consistent effort, sustained perseverance, and the willingness to keep going even when progress seems slow or invisible. Pressure cultivates patience by forcing us to wait for the right moment, the right opportunity, and the right outcome. It teaches us to trust the process, to believe that every step forward, no matter how small, is bringing us closer to our ultimate goal. Through the challenges we face, we also learn the importance of resilience. Life's difficulties can either break us or build us. The difference lies in our ability to bounce back from setbacks and to keep moving forward despite the odds. Every time we face a challenge and rise from it stronger than before, we are building the resilience that will serve us throughout our lives. Resilience is the ability to adapt, to learn from failure, and to continue on the path toward success even when faced with adversity. The more pressure we face, the more resilient we become, and the stronger our capacity to handle the next challenge grows. This resilience becomes the cornerstone of our purpose, allowing us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and determination. The gifts that await us on the other side of pressure are often far greater than we could have ever imagined. It is easy to get lost in the struggle, to focus only on the pain and discomfort of the moment. But if we keep our eyes on the bigger picture, we begin to see that the pressure is preparing us for something far greater than we could have ever achieved without it. The gifts that come from persevering through difficulty are often intangible. The growth in character, the wisdom gained from experience, and the sense of accomplishment that comes from knowing we were able to overcome what once seemed impossible. These gifts, though unseen, are often the most valuable, and they equip us to achieve the success and fulfillment that we desire. True success is not the absence of pressure, but the ability to thrive under it. The individuals who achieve greatness are those who have learned to embrace pressure, to use it as a tool for growth and transformation. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to step into their purpose, to refine their skills, and to become the person they were always meant to be. And it is through this process of transformation that they unlock the tremendous gifts that life has to offer. So when you encounter pressure in your life, remember that it is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. It is a sign that you are being prepared for something greater. Embrace the challenges, knowing that they are shaping you into the person you need to be in order to receive the blessings that await you. Trust that the pressure you face today is preparing you for the tremendous gifts that will arrive tomorrow. And remember, the journey from pressure to purpose is not only about what you achieve, but who you become along the way. There is an undeniable power that exists within every individual, a power that lies at the intersection of belief and action. It is a power that can move mountains, transform lives, and turn impossible situations into remarkable successes. This power is called faith. Faith is not just a belief in something higher, but a force that drives individuals to take bold steps, even when the path ahead is uncertain and the outcome unclear. It is the foundation of all great achievements and the key to walking boldly toward what has been divinely prepared for you. Fear, on the other hand, is a natural response to uncertainty. It is a force that can paralyze the mind, diminish our confidence, and prevent us from stepping into the fullness of our potential. Fear often masquerades as wisdom, urging us to wait, to hesitate, to stay within our comfort zones. But fear, though it may feel real, is not the truth of who we are. It is a false companion, one that seeks to hold us back from embracing the life we were destined to live. The choice between faith and fear is one of the most pivotal decisions we can make in our lives. Faith allows us to move forward, to step into the unknown with confidence and trust, knowing that we are being guided by a higher power. Fear, on the other hand, holds us back, anchors us in the past, and keeps us from reaching our full potential. The key to living a life of purpose and fulfillment is learning to choose faith over fear, to walk boldly toward what has been prepared for us, even when the path ahead is uncertain. When you choose faith, you align yourself with a higher purpose. You acknowledge that there is something greater than yourself at work in your life, something that is guiding you toward your true calling. This alignment brings a sense of peace and assurance, even in the face of challenges and adversity. When you walk by faith, you trust that every step you take is leading you closer to the blessings that have been divinely ordained for you. You recognize that you are not alone in your journey. There is a higher force that is working behind the scenes, arranging the circumstances, people, and opportunities that will bring your dreams to life. Faith is not passive. It is not a belief that things will magically happen on their own. Faith requires action. It demands that you move forward, even when the road is unclear. It requires that you take the first step, even when you cannot see the whole staircase. Faith is about trusting the process, knowing that every challenge, every setback, and every detour is part of the plan. When you walk by faith, you don't wait for the perfect conditions. You create them through your willingness to move, to act, and to trust. One of the most powerful aspects of faith is its ability to overcome fear. Fear, by its very nature, seeks to hold you back. It tells you that you are not good enough, that you are not capable, or when you choose faith over fear, you embrace the unknown with confidence, knowing that every step you take is guided by a higher purpose. Faith empowers you to move forward, even when the road is uncertain, because you trust that the journey is leading you to something greater. Fear may try to hold you back, but faith will propel you forward. Remember, the path to your dreams is not always clear, but with faith in your heart and action in your steps, you will unlock the tremendous blessings that await you. Keep walking boldly. Your purpose is unfolding,